Namaskar. Today it's April 30th, 2026. Each year on March 14 begins my 100-day journey in returning to the essence of yoga in celebration of International Day of Yoga on June 21st. This year I chose to revisit Maharishi Patanjali's Yoga Sūtra and share my daily practices inspired by it. Welcome to day 48 of Satvik Yogi Path. This is not about a performance, or this is not a ritual or any aesthetics. It is by awareness. Satvik Yogi Path is simple in a non-religious way, global way of living with clarity. Today it is day 48 of Satvik Yogi Path. And we explore Yoga Sutra 1.48 from the first chapter, Samadhi Pad. And it is that this sutra describes that clarity, it is a truth-filled clarity. Truth-filled clarity. So let's take a look at this Yoga Sutra. The Yoga Sutra is ṛtambharā tatra prajñā. Once again, ṛtambharā tatra prajñā. Now, what does this mean? So this means Maharishi Patanjali describes the quality of the clarity. Quality of the clarity that arises from deep stillness. Quality of the clarity. Yesterday in Yoga Sutra 1.47, that is 47th Yoga Sutra of Samadhi Pad, we learned about the brightness, the light, the illumination that happens when clarity reaches its ultimate refinement. Aling, where it cannot be further analyzed, or it cannot be further, it is not divisible anymore, indivisible. At that time, clarity appears as brightness. And today we are learning about the quality of the clarity. Yesterday we learned what happens when clarity reaches its final moment, where it cannot be further analyzed, or it is beyond refinement. But today we are learning the quality of this clarity. So let's break the sutra, the words of the sutra, Sanskrit words, one by one. ṛtambharā. ṛtambharā, which means filled with truth. Filled with truth. Tatra, there, in that state. Prajñā, which means knowing, clarity. So in that state, clarity is truth-filled. So in other words, when the mind becomes quiet, steady, and bright from within, the clarity that appears is truth-filled. It's not imagination, it's not even analysis. Just a simple, natural alignment with what is true in the moment. What is true in the moment. So I have an analogy of a clean mirror. We have used this analogy before also. So a dusty mirror shows a blurred image. A dusty mirror shows a blurred image. It's not going to show us our clear image, reflection. But a clean mirror shows things as they are. A dusty mirror will show a blurred image, whereas a clean mirror will show things as they are. Maharishi Patanjali says the mind works in the same way. When it becomes clear, it reflects truth naturally. So, mind also works just like this mirror, that when the mind is clear, it's steady, and it's clear, truth, it reflects truth without distortion. When the mind is clear, truth becomes simple. Now, why this matters to us or in our daily life or in our life? Why the sutra matters? This sutra teaches us that clarity reveals truth. Truth does not need extra effort or just effort. Truth does not need effort. The mind can reflect. The mind can reflect reality. And quietness brings honesty. Yoga aligns us with what is real. Yoga aligns us with what is real. Now, what are we going to practice today? But before we move there, I want to give you a shout out and especially um, offer my gratitude for everyone to be there, showing up every day. Now, that is what I called being committed and in Satvik Yogi Path. Thank you. So, let's learn what we practice today. Today, we practice notice one simple truth. Notice one simple truth. Letting attention rest lightly on that truth. So, first we notice one simple truth, and then we let attention rest lightly on that. We observe natural clarity. And then we soften our thought, and then gentle repetition of Om. So let's begin our stillness practice, starting with settling our breath. But today, our practice is noticing a simple truth. Notice a simple truth. That's our first stillness practice. So let's go. Let us sit comfortably. Let us sit comfortably with your back and spine straight. Roll your shoulder if you have to, and chin slightly tucked in. Chin slightly tucked in. Let me show you again. Slightly tucked in. So you have a good alignment here. Yes. And then remember, you're not sitting, if you're seated on your mat or on the floor, that you're not seated supported by your tailbone. So you are very well using your seat or the glutes, adjust if you have to, and opening up your chest by rolling your shoulder, back and spine straight. And now you're looking at a point at the eye level, and you're just looking at that point. So today we begin with, as we settle our breath, let's work on our neck, especially our joint. So just be as gentle as possible by bending to your side, but you're still looking at that point if your eyes are open at the eye level, and most importantly, with a smile. Two, and then we twist. Now, today, as we twist, you place one hand, if you can see, on your shoulder, the direction that you're going to twist. Now, only your neck moves, nothing else. So you twist and try and look at your gaze is over your shoulder. Now gently come back and the other side. Your eyes gazing over your shoulder and to the other side. And gently opposite. Perfect. Now we move our neck gently up and down. So starting with up and down. One more time. And down. Very well. And now gentle neck roll on each side. Very gently. And in the opposite direction, you may close your eyes or just keep your eyes open. And gently. Very good. So now that we have done it, now we place one hand onto your navel and the 4 steps to settling our breath. So the first one, you tell me in the comment box. What's the first one? The first one is observing. So you observe your breath. Just observe. Take few breaths. Once you're done, gently open your eyes. And the next step, now you breathe with awareness. Now, awareness is as you have your one hand placed over your navel. Now, with awareness, you will make sure that as you are breathing in your navel, your belly rises, and as you breathe out, the belly goes back in. So let's begin our breathing with awareness. And slowly open your eyes. So when you breathe with awareness, you have your hand lightly over your navel, and with awareness, you see that your belly rises, that is, it extends as you breathe in, and it distends as you breathe out. So that's your awareness that you're using, that you're building. Third step is we equalize our breath. So let's do that. You take number of counts in inhaling and exhale with the same number of counts. So we do it 3 times. I'll count to 3 and I'll equalize with 3 counts while exhaling. So let's do it. Place one hand on your navel and back and spine straight, chin slightly tucked in. And now breathe in, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3. Breathe in, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3. Breathe in, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3. Excellent. And the fourth step, that we lengthen our exhalation. That is, either you can double the count of inhalation while exhaling, you double it, or you can go more than the double. So if your number of counts inhalation is 2, you can go double. That is 4 or 5 or 6. It's more than double or more than that. So I will go a bit easier. So I'll count 2 inhalation and then I will go maybe 5. It's up to you. So let me go count. Now you're doing so many things now. What you're doing is you are breathing with awareness. Now you are, and that's your truth. You are here, right now, breathing, and your focus is on your breath, and that's your truth at the present moment. So we breathe in with 2 counts and breathe out with either 4 counts or 5 counts. So breathe in, 2, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just stay like that for some time. And slowly open your eyes and just relax. So, what is that simple truth you noticed? The simple truth could be as simple as that I am sitting right now. I am breathing right now. That's the simple truth. I am listening right now. That is as simple as it can get. Right here, right now, I am sitting or I am breathing. So that's your simple truth. And you work with your awareness. Now it is that you would Next step is letting attention rest on your truth lightly. So your truth could be that this moment that you're sitting right now, that's your truth. Then your another truth could be that pick one truth that as simple as breathing. That's your truth. Whatever is your truth that you've chosen, noticed, you would rest your attention lightly on it. So now my truth here is that I am breathing. So now I will rest my attention lightly on breathing. That's my truth. So you would stay with this simple truth. Stay with this truth gently. Not not a lot of effort, or you would push yourself hard to remember the truth and stick with it. No, it's just should be as simple as, okay, just I'm sitting here, and you rest your attention on your truth. Just sit like that. Don't have to do too many things. Just seated, just lightly. Now you would just place your hand onto your navel and just rest your attention on your truth. In my case, it is the breath. And resting attention is when you are focused, concentrating on your truth or on your breath for me. So, just concentrating on my breath. And then slowly open your eyes. Now you would observe natural. Our next step is to observe natural clarity. As you rest here, notice if the mind becomes a little clear. So, as you rest your attention on your truth,